Tonight, you wake before the world. The air is still, heavy, quiet. Your eyes open slowly. No lights yet, only darkness, and the feeling that the day has already begun. You sit up. The straw shifts beneath you, soft, familiar. Your feet touch the stone floor, cold, sharp. It wakes you the rest of the way. You breathe in. Ash, old flour, a trace of smoke that never leaves your skin. You do not rush. You never do. This hour belongs to patience. You dress in the dark. Your hands know everything. The cloth, the ties, the worn edges. Outside, the village sleeps. No voices, no carts, no wind. Just silence, holding everything in place. You step out. The sky is deep blue, almost black. The stars are fading, slowly, like embers dying in the distance. You walk the familiar path. No need to see. Your body remembers. The bakery waits. It always does. The door opens with a low creak. Inside, stillness. The oven is cold, quiet, empty. You move closer, kneel down. Your fingers press into old ash, dry, soft, real. This is where the day begins. Not with people, not with noise, but with fire. You gather wood, one piece at a time, slow, careful, each piece placed with intention. Then, a spark, small, fragile. You watch it, always watching, because this decides everything. The flame trembles, then holds, then grows, slowly, gently. The first warmth reaches your face, soft, almost kind. You lean closer, not too much, just enough to feel it. The oven begins to wake, and in this quiet moment, before the world, it is only you and the fire. The flame settles, low, steady, breathing in its own quiet rhythm. The oven holds the heat now, slowly spreading through stone. You sit beside it for a moment, not resting, listening. The crackle of wood, the shift of warmth, the small sounds that mean everything is working. You reach for the flour. Your hand pauses, just before touching the sack. Something feels wrong. You do not know why, not yet. You lift it, too light. You untie it, slow, careful. Inside, less than there should be. You check another, then another, each one the same. The truth arrives quietly. There is not enough. Not for the morning, not for the town. You stand still. The fire continues behind you, unaware. The village still sleeps, trusting you, always trusting you. You close the sacks, gently, as if that might change something. It does not. You breathe in again. This time, it feels heavier. The miller should have come yesterday. He always does. Something has gone wrong, and wrong things do not fix themselves in the dark. You look at the oven. It is warming, waiting. Soon it will be ready. But you are not. Not without flour. A thought forms, slow, certain. You cannot stay here. You have to leave. The fire, the oven, the only place that knows you. You take your cloak, pull it close. The fabric still smells of smoke, of work, of yesterday. You move to the door, pause, just for a breath, then open it. The night is still there, unchanged, deep, quiet. But now, it feels different, because you are no longer preparing for the day. You are chasing it. And somewhere in this sleeping village is what the morning needs. You step into the night. The door closes behind you. Soft. Final. The warmth fades quickly. Cold air wraps around you. You pull your cloak tighter. The village is still asleep. Windows dark, doors shut. No movement. Only your footsteps. Slow, measured. You follow the narrow path between houses. Stone, dirt, familiar. The ground remembers your steps from 1,000 mornings. But tonight, it feels different. You are not walking to begin the day. You are walking because something is missing. You pass the well, still, silent. The rope hangs loose. A bucket rests against the stone. No one here, not yet. You glance at it, then move on. Flour first. Everything depends on that. The mill sits at the edge of the village. You know the way without thinking. Past the last row of houses, past the small garden plots. The air changes there, more open, colder. You see it ahead, a dark shape against the fading stars. The mill. Still. Too still. No light, no movement. You slow your steps. Something feels wrong again. Quiet, but not the right kind of quiet. You reach the door. Touch it. Wood. Cold. You push. It opens with a low groan. Inside, darkness. No fire. No sound of grain. No turning wheel. Nothing. You step in. Careful. Your hand brushes the wall. Rough stone. Familiar, but empty. The miller is not here, and the sacks are gone. You stand there for a moment, letting your eyes adjust. The darkness inside the mill feels heavier, thicker. You move deeper in, slow steps, listening, always listening. The grinding stones are still. Dust rests on them, undisturbed. That is not right. The mill never truly sleeps. Not like this. You crouch near where the grain is kept. Your fingers search the floor. Cold, bare. No loose grain, no traces. As if nothing had been here at all. You exhale. Quiet, controlled. This is no delay. This is absence. You rise slowly. Your mind moves through possibilities. Too fast, and then slower. Someone took the grain. Or it was never delivered. Either way, the morning will come the same, and you will have nothing to give it. You step back toward the door. The night outside feels wider now, less safe. You look toward the fields beyond the mill. Dark shapes, silent rows. The wind moves slightly, just enough to shift the edges of things. The farmers, they rise early, earlier than most. Maybe one of them is awake already. Maybe someone knows. You turn. No hesitation now. Your path changes, away from the mill, toward the fields. Your steps quicken, not rushing, but no longer slow. The ground softens under your feet as you leave the stone paths behind. Dirt, damp, real. The smell changes too. Earth, grass, faint moisture. Life, still hidden in the dark. Somewhere ahead, someone might be awake, and you need to find them before the sky begins to change. The fields stretch out in silence, wide, open. The village now behind you, smaller, distant. The sky begins to shift, just slightly. A hint of grey at the edge of the world. Not dawn yet, but close enough to feel it coming. You walk between the rows. Your boots press into the soft ground. Each step leaves a mark, proof that you were here. The air is colder here, no walls to hold it back. You hear something, faint, a sound not made by wind. You stop, listen. There, again, a slow movement, cloth maybe, or footsteps. You turn your head, focus. In the distance, a shape, low, moving, not fast, not hiding, just working. You move toward it, careful. As you get closer, the shape becomes clearer. A man, bent slightly, hands in the soil. Even now, before light. You slow as you approach, not to startle him. He does not look up at first. He continues his work, steady, calm, as if time moves differently for him. Then he stops, lifts his head slightly, not fully turning, just enough to know you are there. "You are early," he says. His voice is low, rough from sleep or from years of this life. You step closer. "I need grain," you say. Simple, direct. He is quiet for a moment, then he exhales, slow. "So do we all." The words settle between you, heavy, real. The wind moves again, light, cold. And in that quiet space, you begin to understand. This night is not only yours. You stand beside him. The earth is cool beneath your feet. He does not rush to speak again. His hands move slowly through the soil, checking, feeling, as if searching for something that may or may not still be there. You wait. The silence is not empty. It holds meaning. Finally, he straightens a little. Not fully, just enough to ease his back. "The carts never came," he says. Quiet, certain. You feel the words settle. "From the upper fields, or the next village." He brushes dirt from his hands, slow, tired. Something stopped them. You look past him, toward the dark line of hills. You cannot see anything there, only shadow. "Do you have any grain left?" you ask. He gives a small shake of his head. "Not enough to matter." A pause, then softer. "We kept some for seed." You understand what that means. That grain is not for eating. It is for the future. Taking it changes more than just this morning. You nod anyway, not asking, not yet. The wind moves across the field, a low whisper through the crops. He looks at you now, fully, his eyes tired but clear. "You are the baker," he says, not a question. You nod once. He studies you for a moment, then looks back at the ground. "If there is no bread..." He does not finish. He does not need to. You both know how the day begins without it. Slow, uneasy, hungry. You breathe in, deep. The cold fills your chest, then leaves. "There must be something," you say. Not loud, not desperate, just true. He is quiet again, thinking. Then he turns slightly, points toward the far edge of the fields. "Old Marta keeps a small store," he says. "She trades, keeps more than most." A pause. If anyone still has flour, it will be her. The name settles in your mind, a direction, a chance. You nod again. "Thank you." He does not reply, already turning back to his work, because the day will come, whether you are ready or not. You leave the field behind, the soil soft under your last steps. Then the ground changes again, firmer. Narrow paths leading between low fences and scattered trees. The sky is lighter now, just a little. enough to shape the world in grey instead of black. You walk with purpose, not fast, but steady. The name stays with you, Marta. You have seen her before, in the market, quiet, watching, always with something to trade, always knowing more than she says. Her house sits apart from the others, near the edge of the village, closer to the road that leads away. You remember that. You follow the path as it bends slightly, past a broken cart, past a cluster of stones. Everything looks different at this hour, simpler, stripped of distraction. You see her house before you reach it, small, low, a single window, and there, a faint light inside. You slow, not from fear, but from respect. Someone is awake here too. The door is closed. No sound comes from within. You step closer, lift your hand, pause, then knock. Soft, once. The sound feels louder than it should. You wait. The light inside shifts slightly. Movement. Slow, careful. Then a voice. Old, steady. Who comes before the sun? You take a breath. The baker, you say. Silence follows. Not long, but enough to feel measured. Then, the latch moves. The door opens just a little. Her eyes find you first. Sharp, awake, taking everything in. That is early, even for you, she says. You do not answer that. There is no time for small talk. I need flour, you say. Simple, honest. Her gaze does not change, but something behind it does. A knowing, a weight. She opens the door a little more, just enough. Then you had better come inside, she says, and you step out of the night into another kind of quiet. The room is warm, not like the oven, softer, lived in. The air smells of herbs, dried leaves, something faintly sweet. You close the door behind you. The outside world fades. Marta moves slowly across the room. No wasted motion. She lights another candle. The flame grows. Small, steady. You see more now. Shelves, jars, sacks, all arranged with care. Nothing here is careless. She turns to you, studies your face again. You are not here by choice, she says. You shake your head. The mill is empty. She nods once, as if she already knew. Of course it is. You feel that word settle. Of course. Not surprise, not concern. Something expected. You step closer, not too close. You have flour, you say, not a question. Her eyes narrow slightly, not in anger, in thought. I have many things, she replies, calm, even. You wait. She walks to a shelf, runs her fingers along the edge of a sack, then stops. But nothing is simple this morning, she adds. You feel the shift again. This is not just trade, not just exchange. Something else is here, beneath the surface. The town needs bread, you say. Your voice stays low, steady. By sunrise. She turns back to you. The candlelight flickers across her face. Lines, years, knowledge. And you need flour, she says. You nod. She watches you for a long moment. Then, slowly, she unties the top of a small sack, opens it. Inside, pale powder, fine, Enough to matter, but not enough for everything. You see it. You understand immediately. This is not a solution. It is a choice. She rests her hand on the sack. "This is what remains," she says, quiet, firm. "If I give it to you, there will be none left for others." The room grows still. Even the candle seems to pause. And now, the morning depends on what you say next. You do not answer right away. The room holds still around you. The candle flickers once, then steadies. You look at the flower, then at her, then back again. Enough for some bread, not enough for all. That is the truth. You breathe in, slow, controlled. "If there is no bread," you begin, then stop. You do not need to finish. She already knows. You shift your weight slightly. The floor creaks under your boot. Small sound, loud in the quiet. "I will make it stretch," you say. Your voice is calm, certain. "Smaller loaves, thinner dough, enough for everyone to have something." The words settle between you. Not a promise, a plan. She watches you closely, searching your face, not for weakness, for truth. You hold her gaze. Do not look away, because this matters, more than it seems. After a moment, she nods, once, slow. "You understand," she says. You do not answer. You just breathe. She turns, lifts the sack. It is not large, but it has weight, meaning. She places it in your hands. You feel it immediately. Not just the flower, the decision, the cost. "This is all," she says, quiet, final. You nod. "It will be enough," you reply. Not because it is, but because it must be. She studies you one last time, then steps back. "Go," she says, "before the light comes." You do not hesitate. You turn, move to the door, open it. The cold air returns, sharp, real. You step out, the sack held close. And now, the morning moves with you. The path back feels different, heavier. The flower rests against your side. You feel every step now. Not from exhaustion, from awareness. What you carry matters. The sky is lighter. Grey spreads slowly across the horizon. The stars are gone. The world begins to take shape again. Trees, fences, the outline of roofs in the distance. You walk faster now. Not rushing, but no longer slow. Time has changed. You feel it. Behind you, around you, ahead. You pass the fields again. The farmer is still there, working. He looks up as you approach. His eyes go to the sack, then back to you. He nods, nothing more, but it is enough. You keep moving. The village grows closer. Details return. A door slightly open. A faint movement behind a window. Someone else is awake now. Then another. The night is ending, slowly but surely. You step onto the stone path, the ground hard beneath your feet, familiar again. The bakery is just ahead, waiting. The oven will be ready. You feel it before you see it. The warmth that escapes through the cracks. A sign, a reminder. You reach the door, pause, just for a breath. Then push it open. Inside, the heat greets you, stronger now, alive. The fire has grown in your absence, patient, faithful. You close the door behind you. The outside world fades. And now, There is no more searching, only work. You set the sack down, gently, as if it could disappear if handled too quickly. The oven hums softly, heat filling the room. You move closer, check the fire. The wood has settled, burning evenly, strong. Good. You nod slightly. This part is right. You turn back, kneel beside the flour, untie the sack. Slow, careful. You look inside. Pale, fine, real. You reach in, let it run through your fingers. Soft, light. Not much, but enough to begin. You stand, move to the table. Worn wood, marked by years of the same motion. You place the flour down, spread it slightly. Your hands work without thinking, but your mind is clear, focused. Every movement matters now. You add water, just enough, not too much, not today. You begin to mix, slow at first, then steady. The dough forms under your hands, sticky, alive. You press, fold, turn, press again. The rhythm returns, familiar, grounding. The world outside fades again. There is only this, your hands, the dough, the heat behind you. But something is different. You feel it, in the weight of each motion, in the way you measure without tools. You are not just making bread. You are dividing it, stretching it, deciding who gets what, without ever seeing their faces. You pause for a moment, just a breath, your hands resting on the dough. Then you continue, because the morning will not wait, and neither will hunger. The dough begins to change beneath your hands, less sticky now, more willing. You press it forward, fold it back, slow, steady. The rhythm settles into you, familiar, quiet. You do not rush. You cannot. Not today. Every movement must count. You add a little more water, just enough to soften it, not enough to waste it. Your fingers adjust without thinking. Years of mornings guiding you. The table creaks softly with each press. The sound blends with the fire behind you. A low, constant breath. You pause, just for a moment. Your hands resting on the dough. You feel its weight, its limit. This is all there is, no more. You divide it slowly. Careful lines, even portions, smaller than usual. You notice it immediately, but you do not stop. Each piece shaped with the same care, because size is not the only thing that matters. You roll them gently, one by one, small rounds forming beneath your palms, the surface smooth, tight, ready. You place them aside. A row begins to form, then another. More than you expected. Still not enough, but closer. You look at them, quiet, still, waiting, like the town outside. You cover them lightly, let them rest just for a while. You turn back to the oven. The heat is strong now, full, alive, ready to take what you give it. You stand there, feeling it on your face, on your hands. And in this moment, everything is in balance. Fragile, but holding. Time moves differently now. Not by light, not by sound, but by feel. You uncover the dough. It has risen, just a little. Enough. You touch one. Soft, elastic. It returns to your finger slowly. Ready. You begin to shape them again. Quick, precise. No wasted motion. Each piece placed on the board, spaced just enough. Not too far. You cannot afford space today. You slide the first row toward the oven. The heat meets them immediately. You feel it on your arms, strong, certain. You use the peel, smooth, worn, trusted. One by one, you lift them, place them inside. The oven accepts them without sound. You pull back, close the opening. The fire shifts slightly, adjusting. You listen, always listening. The bread begins its quiet transformation. You step back, wipe your hands on your cloth. Flour streaks across the fabric, white against dark. You breathe in, slower now. The work has begun, but it is not finished, not yet. You prepare the next batch, smaller again, thinner. You stretch the dough slightly more this time, testing its limit. It holds, barely, but it holds. You nod to yourself. This is how it will be. Not enough, made enough. You glance toward the door. A faint light now seeps through the edges. Morning is coming, and with it, people. They will arrive soon. They always do. And when they do, you must be ready. A sound reaches you. Soft at first, then clearer. Footsteps outside. Slow, hesitant. You stop your hands, listen. The oven continues behind you. The bread inside begins to crackle faintly. A good sound. But your attention shifts. The footsteps come closer, then stop. Right outside the door. A pause, then a knock. Gentle, almost unsure. You do not answer immediately. You glance at the bread. Not ready yet. Then back to the door. Another knock, slightly firmer. You move toward it, wipe your hands quickly, then open it just a little. The light outside is pale now, grey morning beginning to form. A figure stands there, wrapped in a cloak, thin, tired. A woman. You recognize her. She lives near the well. Her eyes meet yours. Not desperate, but close. "Is there bread?" she asks. Her voice is quiet, careful, as if the answer might break something. You hold her gaze for a moment. Then you shake your head. "Not yet," you say, soft, honest. She nods slowly, not surprised, just accepting. "I will wait," she says. You glance behind her. The street is still mostly empty, but not for long. You know that. You open the door a little more. "Stay close to the wall," you tell her, "out of the cold." She steps aside, does as you say. No questions, no complaints. You close the door again. The room feels different now, no longer just yours. The morning has arrived, and with it, the weight of everyone who depends on what comes out of your oven. You return to the oven. The heat feels stronger now, or maybe you feel it more. You lean in slightly, listen. The bread inside begins to speak. Soft cracks, faint shifts, the crust forming. You open the oven just a little. A wave of heat meets your face. You do not pull back. You look inside. The loaves are rising, small but real. You close it again. Not yet. You turn back to the table. The next batch waits. You shape them quickly now, still careful, but faster. Time is moving. You feel it. Outside, another set of footsteps. Then another. Low voices. Quiet. The village is waking, slowly but surely. You place the next pieces in line. Ready. You glance at the door. You can feel them out there, waiting. Not speaking much, just present. You breathe in, deep, then out, slow. Your hands do not stop. They cannot. This is the rhythm now. Work, heat, waiting. You move back to the oven. This time, you open it fully. The light from the fire spills out, bright, alive. You reach in with the peel. One by one, you lift the loaves. Their crust golden, slightly darker at the edges, smaller than usual, but whole. You place them on the table. Steam rises, thin, warm. The smell fills the room. Fresh bread. It changes everything, even before a single bite. You pause, just for a breath. Then you know. It is time. You move to the door. Your hand rests on it for a moment, feeling the wood, the weight. Then you open it. The morning light is soft, grey, gentle. But the street is no longer empty. A few people stand there, quiet, waiting. The woman is still by the wall, her hands tucked into her sleeves. Others now beside her, a man, a child. No one speaks, not at first. They look at you, then past you, toward the warmth inside, toward the smell. You step aside, just enough. One at a time, you say. Your voice is calm, even. They nod. No pushing, no rush. The woman steps forward first, slow, careful. She enters. The others remain, waiting their turn. You close the door behind her. The room feels smaller now, more alive. You turn, take one loaf, hold it out. She looks at it, then at you. "It is smaller," she says. Not accusing, just noticing. You nod. "So everyone can have some," you reply. She studies the bread again, then takes it, gently, as if it matters more than usual. Maybe it does. She holds it close, the warmth reaching her hands. Her face softens, just slightly. "Thank you," she says, quiet, real. You nod once. She leaves. And the door opens again. The next person enters. And the morning continues. The line moves slowly, one person at a time. Each step quiet, each exchange simple. No one asks for more. No one complains. They see. They understand. The loaves are small, but they are something. And something is enough today. You hand each one over, the same way. Calm, steady. Your movements do not change, but inside, you feel each one. A man with rough hands, a child holding tightly to a sleeve, an old woman who nods before you even speak. Each face different, each need the same. You do not rush them, but you do not slow either. The rhythm must hold. Behind you, the oven waits again, the next batch nearly ready. You turn, slide them in, then back again. The line shortens, then grows again. More people now. The village is fully awake. The light outside brighter, not warm yet, but clearer. Voices begin to rise, still quiet, but more present. You hear names, small conversations, fragments of the day beginning. But here, inside, it is still focused, still contained. Bread, hands, heat. You take another loaf, pass it forward. The man takes it with both hands, holds it close. He does not speak, just nods, then leaves. You watch him for a moment, then turn back, because there is always another waiting, and the oven is never done. The table begins to empty, slowly, then faster. Fewer loaves remain. You see it. You feel it. The line is still there, still moving. You glance at the dough you set aside, the last of it, rested, ready, but small, very small. You move quickly now, still controlled, but faster. You shape the final pieces, thinner, lighter. You press them carefully, not too much, just enough to hold together. You place them in the oven, close it. The fire shifts, strong, faithful. You step back, wipe your hands again. Flour marks your skin, your clothes, your face. You do not notice anymore. The door opens again. Another person enters, then another. You continue, one loaf, one person, one moment at a time. The rhythm holds, but the weight grows. Because you know, what remains is not enough for all who are still coming. You feel it before you count, before you check. A quiet knowing, the kind you cannot ignore. You glance at the door. More figures now, shapes moving closer. The village has fully arrived, and the morning is no longer slow. You feel it now, the end approaching. Not of the morning, but of what you can give. The table is nearly empty. Only a few loaves remain. You do not look at them for long. You already know. You turn back to the oven, open it. The final batch is not ready yet. Still pale, still forming. You close it again, slowly. Behind you, the door opens. Another person steps in, then another. The space fills. Quiet, waiting. You reach for a loaf, hand it over, then another. Your movements do not change, but inside something tightens. You count without counting. One, then none. Your hand touches the table again, empty. The wood feels cold under your palm. You do not move right away. The room holds still. Then, a voice, soft. Is there more? You turn, look at them. Faces, expecting, hoping. You shake your head, just once. The next batch, you say, calm, steady. It will take a little time. They nod. Some step back, some remain, waiting. No anger, no raised voices, just quiet acceptance. You glance at the oven again. The heat continues, unchanging. You step closer. This time, you stay there. Because now, everyone is waiting with you. The room grows warmer, not just from the fire, from the people. Their presence fills the space. You hear small sounds now. Breathing, cloth shifting. A child whispering something too soft to catch. You do not turn. You stay focused on the oven, watching, listening. The bread inside begins to change. You hear it, a faint crackle, a soft release of steam. You open the oven slightly. The heat rushes out, strong. You do not pull back. You look inside. The loaves are forming. Thin, smaller than before, but holding. You close it again. Not yet. Behind you, someone steps closer. You feel it. Not fear, not pressure, just presence. Will there be enough? A man asks. His voice is low, careful. You pause, just for a breath. There will be something, you say. That is all you can promise. Silence follows. Then a quiet nod. You feel it more than see it. The room settles again. Waiting returns. You rest your hand on the edge of the oven. The stone is hot, solid, real. You ground yourself in it. Because this moment is the hardest. Not the work, not the search, but the waiting, when you know it may not be enough. You breathe in, slow, then out. The oven hums softly beneath your hand, and you stay there until it is time. You open the oven again. This time, the bread is ready. You see it immediately. The surface has changed, light golden, edges just beginning to darken, thin but strong. You reach in with the peel. One by one, you lift them out. The room fills with the smell again. Fresh, warm, alive. It moves through the space, reaches everyone. You feel it shift the air, shift the people. Small movements, subtle, but real. You place the loaves on the table, fewer than before, much fewer. You look at them, then at the people, then back again. You do not speak. You do not need to. You pick up the first one, hold it out. The nearest person steps forward, takes it, hands steady, eyes soft. Then the next, and the next. The rhythm returns, but slower now, more careful, because every piece matters more. You notice how they take it, gently, no grabbing, no urgency, as if they understand this is the last. A child steps forward, small hands. You kneel slightly, lower the bread to their level. They take it with both hands, hold it close. You nod once, then stand again. The table empties, again. But this time, there is no more waiting behind it, only the truth. What remains is what remains. The last loaf leaves your hand. The table is empty, completely. You rest your palm on it again. The wood warm now, not cold like before. You look at the room, at the people who remain. Some have bread, some do not. You see it, you feel it. No one speaks at first. The silence returns. But it is different now, heavier. You breathe in, slow, then step forward. Not behind the table anymore, not behind the oven. Closer to them. That is all, you say. Your voice is calm, clear, no hesitation. The words settle. Some nod, some lower their gaze. No one argues. No one asks for more, because there is nothing to ask for. A man near the door shifts slightly, then turns, opens it. The light outside is brighter now. Morning has arrived, fully. He steps out. Others follow, one by one. Slow, quiet, no rush. The room begins to empty, again. But this time, it does not refill. The woman from earlier remains for a moment. She looks at you, then at the oven, then back. You did what you could, she says, soft, certain. You nod, once. She leaves. The door closes, and suddenly, it is quiet again. Just you, the oven, and the space where the town had been. The silence settles slowly. Not empty, not peaceful, just still. You stand where you are, your hands resting lightly on the table. The warmth lingers in the wood, in the air, in your skin. You listen. No voices now, no footsteps. Only the fire, low, steady, breathing as it always does. You turn back to the oven, open it. Nothing inside, just heat. You close it again. The work is done, for now. But something feels unfinished. You look at the table, at the space where the bread had been, then at your hands. Flour still clings to your fingers, fine, white, real. You rub them together slowly. The powder falls, disappears. You breathe in, deep, then out. The room feels larger again, emptier, but not the same as before. Because now, you have seen what happens when there is not enough. You move slowly, cleaning, not because it must be done now, but because it gives your hands something to do. You gather small scraps of dough. There are not many, but they are there. You press them together, gently, a final piece forming, smaller than anything you made today. You hold it in your hand, light, fragile. You look at it for a moment, then place it on the board. It will go into the oven, not for the town, not for the line, just because it should. You slide the small piece into the oven, close it. The fire accepts it without change. You step back. The room is quieter now than it has been all morning. No waiting, no movement, just heat and breath. You sit for the first time, slow, careful. The bench creaks beneath you. Your body feels the weight now. Not pain, just awareness. You rest your hands on your knees, look toward the door. Light seeps through the edges. Soft gold now. Morning has fully arrived. Somewhere outside, people are eating, breaking the bread you made, sharing it, stretching it. You imagine it, not clearly, just enough. A child taking a small bite, someone saving half for later, someone else giving part away. The thought settles in you, quiet, real. You breathe in again. The smell of bread still lingers, fainter now, but present. The oven shifts slightly. You hear it. The small piece inside is almost ready. You stand again, walk back, open the oven, reach in, lift it out. It is small, simple, but whole. You hold it in your hand, warm. You do not rush to eat it. You just stand there, feeling it. And in this quiet moment, there is no line, no pressure, no shortage, just you and what remains. You turn the small loaf in your hand, slowly. The crust is thin, likely golden. It would not last long, not like the others. But it was never meant to. You bring it closer, feel the warmth against your palm. Then, you tear it in half. The inside is soft. Steam rises gently. You pause, just for a breath. Then take a bite, slow. The taste is simple, familiar. But today, it feels different. Not better, not worse. Just understood. You chew slowly. No rush, no need. The bakery is quiet around you. The fire softer now, settling. You lean slightly against the table. Another bite. Then you stop. Look at what remains in your hand. Not much. Enough. You think of the people who left, those who had bread, those who did not. The thought does not weigh on you the same way now. It sits steadier, because you know what you did. You made something from almost nothing. You gave what you could, and that is all anyone can do. You finish the last piece, slowly, then brush your hands together. Flour and crumbs fall to the floor, small, quiet, gone. You look around the room again. The same space, the same walls. But something has changed. Not outside, not in the town, in you. You move back to the oven, not to work, just to stand near it. The heat is softer now, no longer urgent, no longer demanding. You rest your hand on the stone, feel the warmth beneath your palm. Steady, reliable, like it always is. You close your eyes for a moment, not sleeping, just still. The sounds of the village begin to return. Faint at first, then clearer. A cart in the distance, a voice calling out, a door opening somewhere. Life continues, as it always does. You open your eyes again. The light in the room has changed. Warmer now, softer. You walk to the door, open it. The street is alive. Not loud, not crowded, but moving. People pass. Some glance at you, some do not. A few nod, quiet thanks. You return it with a small movement, nothing more. You step back inside, close the door. The bakery returns to its quiet, but it is not empty, not really, because now you understand something you did not before. Bread is not just what you make, it is what you give. And even when it is not enough, it still matters. You remain by the door for a moment, your hand still resting on the wood. The warmth from inside, the life from outside, both meeting here. You listen. Not for anything specific, just listening. The sounds of the village rise slowly. A cartwheel turning, a voice calling a name, footsteps passing. The world has begun, without waiting. It always does. You step back, let the door close gently. The quiet returns. Softer now, not heavy like before, just calm. You turn, look at the bakery again, the table, the oven, the floor marked with flour. Everything is the same, but it feels different. You move slowly, cleaning what remains, not because you must, but because it completes the morning. You wipe the table, gather the last traces of dough, small things, simple things, the kind that are easy to miss. But you do not miss them. Not today. Not after a morning like this. Your hands move with care, each motion slow, intentional, as if even this matters. And it does. The fire begins to settle, the flames lower. The wood shifts inward. You add a small piece, not to build it again, just to keep it alive. A gentle heat, enough to hold the space. You watch it for a moment, the glow, the quiet movement, then step away. You sit again. This time, your body feels it more. The long hours, the standing, the weight of each moment. Not heavy, just present. You rest your arms on your legs, lean forward slightly. Your breathing slows, steady, even. You do not think in words now, just impressions. The field, the farmer, Marta's room, the line at your door, the small hands of the child. They pass through you, one by one, without force, without judgment, just there. You let them come and go, because holding them too tightly would change them, and you do not need to change them. You only need to remember. A sound breaks the quiet, soft, familiar. A knock, not urgent, not hesitant, just present. You lift your head, look toward the door. For a moment, you do not move. Then you stand, walk slowly, open it. The farmer stands there, the same one from the field. His clothes still marked with soil, his hands the same, rough, steady. He looks at you, then past you, into the bakery. "I heard," he says, quiet. You nod once. There is nothing to explain. He steps inside, not waiting to be asked, not needing to. He stands near the table, looks at the empty surface, then at the oven. "You made it stretch," he says. You nod again, as much as it would allow. He exhales, slow, then reaches into his coat, pulls out a small bundle, wrapped in cloth. He places it on the table. "Seeds," he says. "Not many." You look at it, then at him. You understand immediately. This is not for today. This is for later. You rest your hand lightly on the bundle. Feel its shape, its weight. Small, but full of possibility. You nod. "Thank you." He does not answer right away, just gives a small movement of his head, then turns, leaves as quietly as he came. You stand alone again, the bundle in front of you. You unwrap it slowly. Inside, small grains, dry, hard, alive in their own way. You run your fingers through them. They shift softly. A different feeling from flour, less immediate, more distant. These are not for bread, not yet. These are for time. You gather them gently, wrap them again, set them aside, safe. You look at the oven, then back at the seeds, then at your hands. The connection is clear, simple but deep. Bread does not begin here, not in this room. It begins far away, in soil, in waiting, in care that no one sees. You breathe in, slow. The understanding settles in you, stronger than before. You are not just the end of something. You are part of a longer line, a quiet chain that begins before you and continues after. You move back to the table, rest your hands on it again. The wood is warm, steady, and in this moment, everything feels connected. You stand there for a while, not moving, just breathing. The seeds rest on the table, quiet, waiting, like everything else in this room. You look at them again, small, hard, unremarkable. And yet, everything begins here. You reach out, touch them once more, then pull your hand back. You do not need to hold them again. You understand them now. You turn slowly, walk back toward the oven. The heat has softened, no longer strong, just enough to warm the space. You sit beside it, close enough to feel it, not close enough to need it. Your body begins to settle, the long night finally catching up. Your shoulders lower, your breathing slows. The tension you carried begins to loosen. Not all at once, just a little, then a little more. You rest your hands on your knees, look into the fading glow of the fire. The embers shift, quiet, steady, like a heartbeat slowing down. Time passes. You do not measure it. You do not need to. The light in the room changes again, brighter now, warmer. The sun has risen higher. You feel it through the walls, through the door. A gentle warmth that is not from the oven. You open your eyes fully. You did not realize you had closed them. Not asleep, just still. You stand, slowly. Your body moves easier now, less tight. You walk to the table, look at the space again. Clean, empty, ready for another day. But not yet, not now. This morning was enough. You take a cloth, wipe your hands again, even though they are already clean. The motion matters. The ritual matters. You glance at the seeds, still there, still waiting. You nod slightly, to yourself, to them, then turn away. Because some things are not for now. Some things are for later. And you know the difference. Another sound outside. Softer this time. Not a knock, just movement. You open the door. The village is alive now, fully. People moving, talking, living. You step just outside. The air is warmer, the cold of night gone. You see familiar faces. Some carry bread, small pieces, wrapped,
held carefully. A child passes, eating slowly, taking small bites, making it last. You watch for a moment, not staring, just noticing. The child looks up, sees you, pauses, then gives a small nod, almost shy, then continues walking. You return the nod, quiet, simple. You step back inside, close the door again. The outside world continues without you, and that is as it should be.
You walk back to the oven, one last time. The fire is low now, mostly embers. You take a piece of wood, small, place it gently on top. Not to build, just to keep the warmth from fading too quickly. You watch it catch, slowly, then settle. You nod once, enough. You move around the room, checking small things. The water bucket, the tools, the cloths, everything in its place, everything ready. Not for now, for later. You pause at the table again. Your hand rests on the wood, warm, familiar. You close your eyes for a brief moment. Not long, just enough to feel the quiet. The kind that comes after something meaningful. Not empty, not hollow. Full, in a quiet way. You sit once more, the bench beneath you steady. You lean back slightly this time. Let your shoulders rest. Your breathing slows again. Deep, even. The sounds of the village become distant, faded, like they belong to another place. You are here, in this room, in this moment. Nothing more is required of you now. No decisions, no searching, no dividing. Just being. You let your eyes soften, not fully closed, not fully open. The light shifts gently across the walls. The fire glows quietly, and the rhythm of your breath becomes the only thing that matters. Your breath moves slowly. In, then out. No rush, no effort. The room holds that rhythm with you. The fire, the light, even the quiet seems to follow. You sit still. Let your body rest where it is. The bench supports you. The warmth reaches you. Soft, even. You do not think about the next day, not yet. You do not return to the night, not anymore. You stay here, in this moment, complete. Enough. Your hands rest loosely, no tension, no work left in them, just stillness. You notice how quiet your mind has become, not empty, just calm. Like the oven after the bread is done, still warm, still holding something, but no longer demanding anything from you. The light grows a little stronger. It reaches further into the room, touches the table, the floor, the edges of the oven. You watch it without moving. Slow changes, gentle, almost unnoticed. The kind of change that does not ask for attention. It simply happens. Your breathing stays steady. Your body sinks a little deeper into the bench. The weight of the night is gone now. Not carried, not pressing, just past. You feel the warmth in your chest, not from the fire, from something quieter, a knowing. You did what you could. You gave what you had. And that is enough. A faint breeze touches the door. You hear it. Soft, brief, then gone. The world outside continues, but it does not pull you, not right now. You remain where you are. Let the quiet hold you a little longer. Your eyes drift toward the table again, the place where the bread had been. Empty now, but not in the same way as before. This emptiness is different. It is not lack. It is completion. You notice that. You understand it, without needing to explain it. You shift slightly, just enough to get comfortable, then settle again. Your breath continues, slow, gentle, steady. The fire lowers even more, just embers now. A soft glow, red, fading. You watch it, not because you need to, but because it feels right. The same fire that began your night now rests with you at the end of it. There is something simple in that, something complete. You lean forward slightly, rest your elbows on your knees, let your hands hang loosely. Your head lowers just a little, not heavy, just relaxed. The warmth touches your face, your arms, your hands. You feel it and let it pass. No need to hold it, no need to follow it. Just feel. Your eyes begin to close, not all at once, slowly, naturally, like the end of a long day, even though the day has only just begun. The quiet deepens. The room softens around you. The edges of things blur slightly. The sounds fade further. Your breathing remains slow, even, safe. The bench holds you. The warmth stays with you. And without effort, without thought, you drift. Not away, not somewhere else, just deeper into this stillness, where nothing is required, and everything is already enough. Your breath stays slow, even. The room holds you gently. The fire is almost gone now. Only embers remain, soft, red, fading. You open your eyes slightly, not fully, just enough. The light has changed again, warmer now, more golden. It rests on the table, on the floor, on your hands. You do not move right away. You let the moment stay, complete, quiet. Then, slowly, you shift, just enough to sit more upright. Your body follows without resistance. No tension, no urgency. You look at the oven. It rests now, like you. Nothing left to give, nothing left to take. Just warmth, slowly leaving. You place your hand on the stone. Still warm, still real. Then you pull it back, because you do not need to hold it anymore. You stand, slow, careful. Your feet find the floor again. Solid, grounded. You take a step, then another. The room feels wider now, lighter. You move to the table, run your hand across it. Smooth, clean, nothing left. But not empty, never empty. You take a cloth, wipe once more, even though it does not need it. The motion is soft, repeating, calming. You fold the cloth, set it aside, everything in its place, everything finished. You glance at the bundle of seeds, still there, waiting. You nod slightly, not a decision, just an acknowledgement. Some things belong to tomorrow, not today. A faint sound drifts in from outside. A cart passing, slow wheels on stone. A voice calling out something distant. You walk to the door, open it just a little. The light meets you, gentle, warm. The street moves softly, not busy, just alive. People pass, some carrying baskets, some talking quietly. No one rushes. The morning has settled. You watch for a moment, then close the door again. The inside returns to stillness, but now it feels lighter, easier. You breathe in. The air is warmer, softer, no longer sharp like the night. You return to the bench, sit again, but this time, not from weight, from choice. You rest your back, let your shoulders drop. Your hands rest loosely. You feel your breathing. In, out. Slow, even. Nothing interrupts it. Nothing needs to. The world continues outside. The oven cools behind you. The table rests in front of you. And you remain here, between them, quiet, balanced. The thoughts that once moved through you are gone now. Not pushed away, just finished. There is nothing left to solve, nothing left to fix. The light shifts again, just slightly. You notice it. The way it moves across the floor, slow, almost unnoticed. Time continues, but you do not follow it. You stay where you are. Your eyes soften. Your breathing deepens. The sounds outside fade again, not because they stop, because you let them go. Your body sinks a little more into the bench, supported, safe. The warmth that remains in the room holds you gently. And without effort, without thought, you drift a little deeper. Not into sleep, not yet, just closer. Your breath slows again. Deeper now, longer. The space between each breath widens. You do not notice it directly, you just feel it. Your body settles further into the bench. The wood supports you, firm, quiet. You do not shift anymore, no need. Your hands rest where they are. Light, still. The warmth in the room fades slightly, but not enough to matter. Just enough to feel the change. You let it happen. No resistance, no thought. The light continues to move, soft, gentle, almost invisible, and you remain exactly where you are. The sounds outside grow distant, not because they stop, because they no longer reach you. They pass by, like wind, like something far away. Your focus stays here, inside, with your breath, with the quiet. Your eyes remain closed now, fully, comfortably. There is no need to open them again. Everything you need is already here. The memory of the fire, the warmth of the oven, the steady rhythm of your work, all of it settles around you. Soft, familiar, safe. Your shoulders drop a little more, the last tension leaving, slowly, naturally. Your jaw relaxes, your face softens, even your fingers loosen slightly. You do not hold anything anymore. Not the night, not the morning, not the work. It is all past, and you let it pass. Your breathing continues, in, out, slow, even, each breath quieter than the last, each one taking you a little deeper, a little further away from effort, closer to rest. The room fades, not disappearing, just softening. The edges blur, the details fall away. The table, the oven, the walls. They remain, but you do not need to hold them in your mind anymore. They are simply there, and you are simply here, resting, floating in that quiet space between waking and sleep. Your breath becomes the only rhythm left, gentle, repeating, endless. A final shift, small, almost nothing. Your body gives in completely, supported, safe, still. Your breathing slows once more, deep, soft, effortless. The quiet holds you now, fully. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to think, nothing left to carry. The night has ended, the morning has passed, and you finally rest. Your breath continues, slow, quiet, barely there. The space around you feels softer now, lighter. You are no longer aware of the bench or the room, only the feeling of being held, supported, still. Your body rests fully. No effort, no movement, just calm. The kind that does not need to be maintained. It simply is. Your chest rises, falls, gently, each breath smaller than the last, like waves fading on a distant shore. Time drifts, without shape, without edges. You do not follow it. You do not measure it. You remain where you are, suspended in quiet. The warmth that once filled the room is now only a memory, but you do not need it. You carry a softer warmth now, inside, steady, constant. Your mind no longer forms thoughts, only faint impressions, light, passing, then gone. Your body sinks deeper into stillness. Every part of you relaxed, loose, at ease. There is no tension left, not in your hands, not in your shoulders, not in your breath. Everything has settled. Everything has slowed. The rhythm is simple now, in and out. Gentle, continuous. You do not guide it. You do not change it. You simply follow, without effort. The world is far away now, not gone, just distant, like something behind a veil. You do not reach for it. You do not return to it. You stay here, in this quiet place, safe, undisturbed. Your breathing becomes softer still, almost silent. Each breath blending into the next. No beginning, no end, just a steady flow. You drift further, slowly, naturally. There is no moment where it happens, no clear step. Just a gentle movement, deeper and deeper. The last awareness fades, the last connection loosens, and you let it, without holding, without hesitation, because there is nothing left to hold on to. Your breath remains soft, even, constant. The quiet holds you completely now. No thoughts, no images, no weight. Just rest. Deep, peaceful, unbroken. The kind of rest that does not need to be earned. It simply arrives when everything else has fallen away. The stillness deepens, further than before, beyond movement, beyond awareness. Your body remains where it is, safe, supported, unmoving. Your breath continues, slow, gentle. The only sign that you are here, and even that feels distant now. Nothing changes, and that is enough. The calm stays, the quiet remains. Your breathing flows, uninterrupted, each moment blending into the next. There is no need to wake, no need to return. Just this endless, gentle rest. You remain here, undisturbed. The world continues somewhere far away, but it does not reach you. Not here, not now. Your breath is steady, soft, quiet. You are completely at ease, completely still. And the quiet continues, without end, without interruption. Your breathing slow, gentle, fading into the calm around you. Nothing pulls you away. Nothing asks anything of you. You remain deeply, peacefully asleep.